So thanks for coming, everybody. We have enough time for a couple questions to the panel. Then I think we're going to open up to the audience. These are the people who live and breathe everything that we've been talking about today. So hopefully we can get some insight here. Why don't we start at the end? Demetrius, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do when you're playing video games? What's your game of choice?
So start with your name. This is Darius.
This is Demetrius.
Demetrius, I'm sorry.
My favorite game is Call of Duty, and the reason I play is it's fun to connect with your players and just to shoot other people and laugh at them. That's really the only reason I play video games, and also just to get their contacts so we could hang out outside and play basketball or baseball. That's really it.
So a lot of your friends that you play with online are friends that you meet up with in person?
A lot of them. Some are United States, some are like Australia, and one of them. But mostly in Canada, yes.
Yeah. And you want to introduce yourself?
My name's Madden.
What do you? I understand you're an Overwatch player.
Yes.
So what got you into Overwatch?
It was a very popular game, and I saw it over ads, and it looked like a fun game, so I got it, and I started
How long have you
playing.
been playing?
Last Christmas, I got the game, so I've been playing for almost a year.
And how often do you play? Do you play every day?
I play every day.
You play every day. How much every day?
2 hours, 3 hours a day.
Oh, nice. That's healthy. And do you have a team? Because Overwatch is a team-based shooter. Do you have a team that you play with all the time?
No,
or?
none of my friends play it, so
None of your friends play it, and you
I
still
just
play
kind
it?
of hop in and meet new people.
Oh, that's cool. Excellent. Pass the cheat. One cheer.
I'm Gina. I work with Alex. Kind of got commandeered into appearing here today. I used to play video games a lot more in university and right after. Not as much these days, but I also delve into Overwatch sometimes. I'm going to be going to a Defiant game in the spring, even though I'm a Korean from Vancouver, so I have a soft spot for for the Titans. But yeah.
So today we heard about that line between a casual gamer and like a serious gamer. Where do you think you sit, and sort of what's the line for you?
I don't know. I was kind of trying to figure that out myself, but I think I kind of dip in and out at random points, but I think I'm kind of also ready to get back into gaming a bit more, especially after tonight. It's really, got all.
Yeah. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Antonio. I play League of Legends competitively. I also coach the University of Guelph's Esports team, their collegiate team.
Yeah, nice. So what got you into League of Legends?
My friends in high school played a lot of it, and they're like, "You should play this game." So I think it was back in 2013 too. I usually casually played with them, but then I started watching esports on Twitch, and I'm like, okay, maybe I could do something with this. So I took it and I kept playing, kept practicing, watching the pros, and then now I'm playing at a competitive level.
And you're watching the pros on Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch. There are other platforms too, like YouTube, Mixer, all that stuff.
So what about Twitch specifically and watching it play? What's the allure of going onto Twitch? How much time did you spend watching the pros play?
Before, when I didn't have much, or when I had more free time, I'd probably watch 10, 12 hours a week. But now it's 5 to 7. I usually just casually watch the pros. I keep it on the side sometimes. What allured me was I always wanted to get better at the game, so I'd always watch players that were better than me so I could learn and improve and see their thought process.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I've played multiple games at a fairly competitive level. I've been in the top 1,000 of the League of Legends North American ladder. I've played a professional in terms of Gears of War 2 and 3 for a couple years, and I'm also a multi-rank 1 World of Warcraft player.
Wow.
So.
Serious stuff. So I guess you would self-identify as a gamer.
Hopefully. So.
That does. What does?
So when you're online, and let's just get back to that TwitchCon meeting. Do you have friends who are streaming? Are you streaming?
Yeah, I have a couple friends that actually do stream, and generally I kind of do my thing to try and support them and hop in their channel,
Right.
talk in their chat kind of thing, get them to kind of talk a bit more. Because I find that interaction with not only just like the game itself, but the chat kind of helps drive and increase other people to kind of come in and also try to talk.
Right. And are those the best channels?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Right. Cool. So it seems like both of you have been competitive for many years. You're coach of an esports team. What is the line? You know, people like I think myself who are sort of casual console gamers, and then people who do it very seriously. And where's the line into doing it professionally in esports? Like, have you ever considered that? And what were the considerations or the factors that went into that sort of decision?
For me personally, when I was like 14, I was actually invited to play in like an actual physical tournament of MLG Anaheim, but due to my age, it's kind of considered gambling in the U.S., and also my parents didn't want me to kind of leave school. So for me personally, when I was very young, it was kind of a lot different in terms of also the social structure. Things like seeing Twitch and other kind of tournaments like that. Now my parents, of course, ask me, why aren't you a pro gamer? So, you know, it kind of just depends on that line. And in terms of being more of a competitive gamer these days, it's more of, I think it's a self-driven thing at the very start. And then once you kind of get known and you're kind of involved with it, then you kind of gain, I'd almost describe it like notoriety in terms of being able to kind of get yourself out there and offer yourself to different teams, organizations, stuff like that.
For Anton, what are some of obviously it's super sexy and amazing to be on an esports team. What are some of the considerations for people who are gaming that are looking to sort of take that next step that you need to consider before you sort of dive headfirst into that world?
I think it's like the willingness to like learn and the amount of time you put into gaming. Because I've learned that the more you play, the better you get because you understand the game a lot more. You understand the mechanics behind it, exactly how much you're able to like contribute to like winning or like even playing in a team environment. You need to be able to like communicate and like all that stuff. It's kind of like sports. The more practice you put into sports like basketball, soccer, the better you're gonna get at it. So it's just time, I think, and like the willingness to learn.
And then here's a question for Gene. Maybe you have a view on this. What's your view on pay to win in video games and sort of microtransactions and what we all know to be true?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think pay to win and microtransactions don't necessarily have to be the same thing. I don't mind microtransactions myself. Pay to win, though, I don't think anyone would enjoy that. There's a balance you sort of have to find to make sure you're not delving into that, taking advantage of people who are not, investing in it.
I think it's dead. Sorry. To add to that, if you do make a game pay to win, you just lose that whole competitive aspect. So like, if you're trying to make a game pay to win and then you're trying to like add like an esports scene to that, it won't be that good because most of the players like just paid money to get to that stage. So microtransactions are fine, like reskins and whatnot, as long as the competitive like aspect of the game is still there.
Great, okay.
So can I ask Madden a question? So you're a young woman in gaming, and are you, like, you look at your friends, do a lot of the girls in your class, are they playing as well?
No.
How did you get into it? Like like talk to me about your
I
journey.
have an older brother and younger brother. They are more of, because that's the way that we can connect, is we play video games together. It's something that I care about. It's like, just because I'm a certain gender, I can't do something. So hearing no girls I've ever heard in my school talk about video games, and it's all the guys that I don't talk to start like chatting about stuff, and I try to join, and they're like, "You know
are
nothing."
ahead of
about
the
this."
pack. That's amazing. Yay! And Demetrius, tell us, how did you get into gaming? How did you get into it?
Well, sometimes I'll just be bored at home doing nothing. All my friends were playing like games I didn't like Minecraft. It's a good game, but it's not really fun. But how I like gaming just, I don't know, it just keeps me entertained. But I would never play alone, because like, gaming alone just seems, oh, gaming alone just seems very boring. Like, gaming should be with your friends, having a fun time, instead of you being sweaty tired in Fortnite and trying to win the World Cup. I don't know.
Great. Well, thanks so much for that, guys. Let's open it up to the audience. Is there any questions?
Hello. Hi guys, I'm Boris. Thank you very much for joining us today. This is, I think, the very first time I could relate to every single person on the panel, right? So that's pretty awesome. I am a gamer. I do identify myself as a gamer. I play about 3 hours a night. How I find the time to do that, I do not know, but I do. I play with people all over the world, and I've been playing with the same people for well over 7 years, which is crazy because I know these people very well. They know me. We've never met in person, right? Met really interesting people, and my question to you guys and to anybody is, have you guys ever met somebody gaming online that really kind of influenced you or impacted your life in any sort of way?
Actually, yeah. Some of the people I actually talk to online are actually coming to Toronto from like all over the States or even different parts of Canada and even Europe, just like meet up like in mid-November. So you definitely do make friends like you would normally make friends like in school while gaming. So I believe, yeah.
I think that's one piece of this category that a lot of people don't talk about is a sense of true community, people really getting to know people, and I think that we should shine a spotlight on that. Also around mental health, right? No secret, I'm very open about it. I suffer from anxiety, and video gaming is actually a coping mechanism for me. I use it to relax me, to get back to, sort of level ground, right? Do you guys find that it's a platform to help you mentally?
For me personally, I actually have a fair amount of friends that have self-identified as.
Yeah, it's good.
That have self-identified that they have like mental health issues. I've had friends that have been admitted to psych wards and stuff like that. And for me to kind of interact with them in a very kind of lighthearted way, in which actually they've mentioned to me helps them out, is to kind of just play with them and just kind of have like a lighthearted time, more so than anything else. And it helps them out a lot, and it kind of makes them feel like they're actually socializing. Because sometimes you get into that dark place where you feel like you can't talk.
Okay, great, thank you. Last question, sorry guys, for Demetrius, where do you see yourself in 10 years from today? 10 years.
You don't actually have to answer that. What are you going to do in 10 years? What's your goal? What's your dream?
Well, I might start drinking.
Excellent. I did not coach him to say that. Okay. Any other questions? We have time for a couple more questions. Back there. I think I have the only mic, so excuse me while I walk all the way back here.
Just a quick question for the two League players. What's your role in main?
I'm a jungler, and my main is D2.
No. Like champ.
Elise.
Elise? Okay.
I'm a support player, and my main is Blitzcrank, so...
You both probably take a lot of abuse in games, jungle and support.
Okay, so in League of Legends, there's 5 different roles. You select one of them, and then the main is like a champion you pick within the game. So you could select between, I think there's over like 100 champions now, so.
Okay, cool. I'm just walking over. Sorry. What was another question? Here it is.
I'm sorry, I have 2 questions. Quick question. So you play Overwatch, right? What is your main? Oh, you're a Mercy player. Cool. I'm a Lucio player, but love Mercy. Okay. Secondly, so I have a question about marketing. So when it comes to marketing in gaming, a lot of what publishers and companies try to do tends to come off as out of touch with the audience and a little cringeworthy. And it's, events like E3 are usually made fun of by commentators like, PewDiePie and everyone else as the cringe fests. So what are your thoughts on marketing in gaming? And can you tell me, like, what have you come across as a marketing activity that you actually liked and you didn't thought was like a fellow kids moment for you?
Hello? It's an interesting thing. Because it's a unique landscape where people are, I think we've seen in the presentation, so open to advertising and to being marketed to, but it's still sort of a Wild West frontier land where people are navigating that and trying to figure out what the sweet spot is of not being too random, but not being so relevant that it's not going to really make an impact on people. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Wendy's thing was obviously, I think everyone agrees that was an amazing example. So the more I think companies, whether they're relevant or not, can find ways to really integrate into games themselves, more so than just like personally, I don't, like the Kit Kat on the desk doesn't do as much for me as say like seeing them in game. So finding ways to promote both brands and give offer codes for special skins or items. Like gamers love exclusive content and rare content. So the more opportunity we can seize to sort of, I guess, capitalize on that is sort of, I think, the direction that marketing should be going in.
So we talked before about, and I think Wim brought it up, the Louis Vuitton sponsorship.
Yeah, so what I found like to be more successful in terms of advertising in like the gaming industry is like somewhat promoting an item or like an in-game apparel that does not sort of take away from the overall experience that the user's getting. So what Wim said about League of Legends, like for their championship series, they partnered up with Louis Vuitton. So you can get an in-game apparel that like advertises Louis Vuitton, but is also relevant to the player base because they find that like appealing. Sort of.
To Gina's point, it's unique. And
yeah, it's definitely unique. It's something new. Normally you don't see like real life products being advertised in games. So this generated a lot of hype around Reddit when I was like browsing the subreddit. So.
Cool, okay. I think we're good on time. Is there anything else from the audience? Just wrap it up. No? Good, okay. These don't work.
Hello. So, listen, this was the first time we've ever done this, so I think you guys killed it. Demetrius, Madden, Gina, and Tony or Ryan, last minute pick. Thank you guys so much. You were awesome. Really, really, really great. And thank you, Darius, for leading our panel. That was amazing. So, this is the end of our 2 years of MarketingTO. And I want to just let you guys know that on Tuesday, December 3rd, we have a very special MarketingTO. We are going to the Shopify office. We will be focusing on e-commerce and trends, and it will be a killer lineup of speakers, so look for that. I want to thank you guys all. Please feel free to hover and ask any questions from any of the team members, any of our speakers. And thank you very much for coming. Yay.